Live from Smitty1.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Take a lap.
What is going on, good people? My name is Smitty, and you are watching the Fantasy Football Show, and I'm excited to have you here. We're going to do subscriber polls. We're going to do news breakdowns. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff here on the Fantasy Football Show during this edition here, Wednesday. What is it? January 26th. We got a lot of news to go over. The subscriber polls will be a fun little thing that we'll do where I'll pull up a poll here on Twitter. We'll put it up and we'll see what you all think. In fact, I'm going to drop a link to this one right now. Let me copy this link and let's drop it in the live stream now. And you guys vote. The poll currently is, where does Aaron Rodgers play in 2022? And here's the link right here. I'm going to pin it. Cast your vote, and we will see the votes pile up right in front of our face. Right in front of our face. So currently we have Denver 78%, Pittsburgh 21%. No retirement votes yet. No Miami votes yet. It's just purely 78% Denver and Pittsburgh 21.4%. We got a little lag on that camera, just so you know, when we switch over to the screen share. I got to work on that. This camera is so much more high tech than the other ones. It drags, so I got to work on the frame rate and stuff like that. So just know that if we pull this up, we'll have a little bit of a lag. We got a lot of news to go over. This is a voicemail show as well. We'll be doing voicemails. We're doing it live, taking it to the voicemails. If you would like to drop a voicemail right now, go to Instagram and follow these instructions.
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
He'll punch you in the throat.
That's right, buddy boys. Drop your voicemail right now. And if you want to be in a select group, I'm talking 30 of my most trusted voicemail droppers. If you drop a good voicemail, like you just know how to drop a good voicemail, I want you in my group of 30. And if we got to create another group of 30, I say 30 because Instagram limits you to 30 people in one group chat. But I'm collecting the best of the best. We're talking veterans. We're talking people that know how to drop a good voicemail. If you want to be a part of that, DM me. First word, use voicemail. And then say, hey, Smitty, put me in the group. Put me in the group, bro. Until then, I got to go searching for your voicemail, which I'm fine to do, but I don't get to everybody. But if you're in the voicemail group, then, I mean, you're golden because your question's going to get heard. Your question's going to get played. And we're going to show you what I'm talking about right now by going to the Bruce.
Yo, Smitty, what is Cordarrelle Patterson's running back value this year? I think it's the 4th or 5th round. Let's say you.
Cordarrelle Patterson, the Bruce, wants to know, where are we drafting this man? Where are we drafting Cordarrelle Patterson in 2022? I'm going to initially say, the Bruce, that we're not looking at 3rd or 4th round value. We've done several mock drafts, the Bruce, and we have not seen the man go anywhere near that range. Doesn't mean he can't earn that value. He certainly shocked everybody. Shocked the world. Shocked me. Shocked you. Shocked your mom, the Bruce. And who's Bruce's mom?
Baked in, boy!
Legend of the show, Mrs. Bruce. Mrs. Robeson. Mrs. Bruce. Mrs. the Bruce. That sounds like his wife. This is getting weird. The Bruce's mother is Miss Robeson. Come on, Smitty. Don't get weird. Yeah, so anyway. I would say based on mock draft data, we're looking at, I would say 5, 6, 7. And I don't even know if it's 7. I don't know if it's 5. I don't think anybody knows the ADP because the ADP ranks are so messed up that when you do a mock draft, when you get in round 5, it's different every time because you got people all over the place. And Cordarrelle may not even be close to like 5th round value rank wise. So for people to mock draft Cordarrelle Patterson in round 5 or 6 right now, they got to go hunting, bro. They got to hunt like in the weeds. They got to go hunting, find Cordarrelle, draft him early, according to the really bad pre-rank list stuff out there. And for that to happen time and time again, until the ADP ranks are updated, we probably won't have a clue as to what the general consensus is out there on Cordarrelle Patterson. So great question, the Bruce, but we don't truly know. Kenny, you're up, Kenny. Time to shine. Time to shine, Kenny.
Hey, Smitty, it's Kenny. Just wondering your thoughts on the 2021 QB class, especially in Superflex format. Some of these guys are going to go early. Who are you buying and who are you fading?
I'm not going to get into detail on this one yet because I still got to do some of my breakdowns and evaluations. So avoiding putting my foot in my mouth and saying this name and then liking 2 other guys more after watching a boatload of film. I did all the rookies, running backs. Did all the running backs. Running backs are done, taken care of. We did it live. It's excellent breakdowns. Go to sleeperu.com to get a taste of it. And I found some gems in there. Not that they weren't known, but boy, do I like my number 4 overall running back on sleeperu.com. Where Smitty? What is a sleeperu.com you speak of?
Want bold year-round rankings, trade calculators, and bold predictions? Get on over to Sleeper. U.com.
At sleeperu.com, my number 4 ranked running back of the rookie class, the write-ups, I did it was like 30 hours of work put into this, watching film, attaching video footage, all that stuff. Yeah, Kenny, so here's my question, or here's my answer to your question. I don't have the rookie quarterbacks up yet. I'm still looking at film. I'm still breaking it all down, and I don't want to say somebody and then change my mind on you. So this class is not great. It's not as bad as people say, but it's not great. Like, could there be one really good quarterback from this draft class? I think there could be, but it depends on the situation, you know? Like, no one saw Tom Brady coming. No one even drafted Kurt Warner. I mean, there are gems everywhere, right? So let's not pretend that a gem can't be hiding and we can't say, hey, this guy looks good. Nobody's really talking about him. He looks good, though. You know, like, that could happen. But to be honest with you, I don't know that I'd, even in a super flex, be starting a rookie quarterback. Now, if it's dynasty and you're accumulating, you're like, okay, I'm building, you know, for the future in super flex, there might be let's check on this poll. What are we looking at here? What are we at? 19. Click the link. Vote. 19 votes. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I need to refresh. Let's refresh. 19 votes. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Go vote. The link's pinned in the chat. Where is Aaron Rodgers playing in 2022? 73% say Denver. 26 say that he's doing it live in Pittsburgh. So vote. I think it's very, 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 very. The vote's linked. Very, very good chance he's going to Pittsburgh or Denver. I've said it all off season. Remember a few weeks ago? Smitty, A-Rod's not leaving Green Bay. Why do you think he's leaving? Why do you think it's Denver or Pittsburgh, Smitty? These are the 2 best landing spots. And what have we said over and over and over again? Javonte Williams with A-Rod to the moon. Jerry Jeudy, he's up there somewhere as well. Hey, Jerry. And, of course, Fant and Sutton, and it's going to be a good time, okay? Denver's a great spot. I think he'd be very, very good there. I think he'd love Denver. I could see it. Like, I can kind of picture that more than Pittsburgh uniform-wise. Pittsburgh is the best landing spot. Pittsburgh would be, in my opinion, the best place to go to. Coach is amazing, okay? This guy's never had a losing season, you know? And running back Javonte, Naji are splitting hairs. Honestly, I like Javonte that much. I think he's fine either way. That doesn't matter. But where he lands is going to determine a whole hell of a lot as to what happens to Javonte's value and what happens to Naji's value. Because if A-Rod lands in Denver, Javonte Williams, top 4 overall pick, and no one's stealing him away from anybody. Like, this guy's, you're not going to be, there's no talk of break. Here's Bob entering the chat. I really think Javonte could have a breakout season, Smitty. What do you think? How many times are we going to get that once Aaron Rodgers lands in Denver? He lands in Denver, he's a top 4 pick. There's no sleeper talk or anything. He's getting taken in the top 4, and you're either going to live and die by it. Like, is there risk to it? Sure. There's a little risk. I mean, a little bit. I mean, why wouldn't there be? But there's boatloads of upside. Like, he could still very much over-deliver on 4th overall value because he's Javonte Williams. He's Javonte Williams. Get Javonte'd. You're going to get, everybody's getting Javonte'd. 11 out of 12 owners in your league will get Javonte'd on a regular basis if Aaron Rodgers lands in Denver. To the moon, he's up there. Say hello. That man, Javonte, lives on the moon. He's going to the moon regardless, okay? He's on a shuttle to the moon right now, okay? The thing is, if A-Rod goes to Denver, if he meets him on the moon, his shuttle's going to just go there quicker. Get there quicker. Quicker trip. Right now, Javonte's on cruise control, very slow pace to the moon. People understand it. People are kind of reacting to it. Some people are very much reacting to it. Other people are just like, they're watching the shuttle and they're like, I think it's going to the moon. I don't know. Javonte might be going to the moon. I don't know that I'm going to believe it until I see him land, plant his flag, and wave from the moon. So people are on standby. We did a mock draft yesterday on the Fantasy Football Show, Tuesday show at 7 p.m. We're live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On the Tuesday show, we mock drafted. And what do we see? We saw Javonte go at I think it was the 3rd pick in the 2nd round, 4th pick in the 2nd round. Do you think that's happening if Javonte's already landed on the moon? The answer is no. Can I get some moon emojis or at least some rocket emojis? The disrespect right now in the chat without any... We've got one moon emoji during that whole rant? One moon emoji during that whole entire rant?
Time for a Smitty rant.
One moon emoji during the whole rant. No rocket ships whatsoever. How's that poll looking? 21. We literally had 2 votes while I'm talking. 71% Denver, 30% Pittsburgh, 23 votes. The link is in the chat. All you gotta do is click it, vote. No one thinks he retires. Not one. 0% Miami. 0% Miami. What's up, media? On his way to the moon. This man named Javonte. And if A-Rod takes a quicker shuttle, gets there faster, and is awaiting Javonte, top 4 pick. If he goes to Pittsburgh, if A-Rod lands in Pittsburgh, what are we looking at? Javonte Williams still going to be on that slow journey to the moon. People will finally catch up. He could be a 4, 5, 6 overall pick by August 1. Okay, so relax if you think I'm going to talk about Javonte's value not being near the same just because A-Rod doesn't land there. What if Russell Wilson's in Denver? Denver's been on hot pursuit for a quarterback of the likes of Aaron Rodgers. Anybody. They want the big name quarterback. Elway, they've been searching in Denver for this quarterback for a while, and everybody knows it's not on the roster. Everybody knew last year this quarterback wasn't on the roster. Maybe, just maybe, Tyler Huntley lands in Denver. Now, that could be, I'm just going to say it. I like Huntley. You guys know how much I like Huntley. Here are the moon emojis. Where are the moon and rocket emojis? Thank you, Bender. I appreciate it. By the way, thank you, Dan and Brandon and James and Chris for being in order, for being first in the building today. And hit that like button if you are sitting there watching. And hit that subscribe button as well. But hit the like button. If Aaron Rodgers lands in Pittsburgh, Najee Harris becomes the 1.1 to, I believe, half of the people in the world. Half of the human beings that live in this world will be casting their vote, 1.1, for Najee Harris. The other half will say, no, it's still JT, you SOBs. It is JT. It's not going to waver or change or nothing matters, okay? I don't even like Javonte. Like, there's going to be a divide, or Naji. There's going to be a divide. Half the people will love Naji, half the people will love JT. That is if A-Rod lands in Pittsburgh. And for good reason, because wherever A-Rod goes, let's say it's Pittsburgh, Najee Harris, 15 plus touchdowns minimum. This guy's going to eat touchdowns when he wakes up. Minimum. And in Denver, 15 touchdowns minimum. And let's hope Javonte gets a quarterback. Maybe it's Tyler Huntley. I know where I was going before I sidetracked myself. Tyler Huntley. I love Tyler Huntley. I think he could be a good quarterback. I think he deserves a shot. I hope he gets a shot. I'm very, very excited about Tyler Huntley. But we have to be very, very careful thinking that this is the for sure solution. It could be another temporary, like, bridge. Yeah, pun intended. Or lock, or whatever. It might feel just like another fill-in, like a makeshift alternative. But I really like him, and there I think he could thrive. Huntley is a pretty darn good option. So we got Bender with some rocket ship emojis. Hopefully Huntley lands in a place where he can make a big time impact. I love this guy. I think Russell Wilson could be in Denver. He could be in Pittsburgh. He could be in Washington. He could be in New Orleans. I do somehow, for whatever reason, I'm picturing Russell Wilson in Washington right now as a hog, or whatever they're going to name their team, the Presidents. Look, this is the president. This is one of the mascots, and we want Russell Wilson as our quarterback. This is Barack. The Presidents, the Washington Presidents, with these mascots running around all over. I am the other mascot. Big hands, big energy. We like our players with big hands. Russell's got small hands, but that's okay. We like Russell. We like our Russell Wilson. I believe Russell Wilson may be a Washington president. Maybe. Or hog, or whatever hot dog, whatever they choose to be their name. We want it to be Red Wolves. We don't know if we'll get it. Red Wolves is sick. I want Red Wolves. Arizona Red Wolves. Give me some. I'm here for that. Give me more of that. Red Wolves. Oh, we don't have to change our color. What are they doing? Why would they not pick Red Wolves? Maybe they circle back. Maybe it's a copyright issue or something. I don't know, but the people spoke. They said, we want Red Wolves. We don't want 5 president mascots walking around. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. George W. Bush walking around the facility. No one wants the presidents. No one wants the commanders or the armada. The armada. Give me a break. Commanders is okay. If you got to go those routes that I listed yesterday, the pretty bad names. Commanders I'll do. Armada, garbage. What was the other one? Senators? Yeah, we're worried about offending people with our name, and we're going to name it Senators because Senators are so awesome. Yeah. Let's high character names. We're going to change the name of the football from the Washington, what it used to be, to the Senators because there's some high class Senators. You gotta be out of your mind. It better not be hogs, eat red hogs. It better be Red Wolves. Where was I? Sidetracked again. Russell Wilson. I could see him in Washington. I could see him maybe in New Orleans, but now, I don't know. This news, I'm sure everybody's seen by now, unless you're living under a rock. But Sean Payton announced he is stepping away from coaching. We'll see what happens. For now, that seems to be the case. And not great, but maybe something develops. You know, we'll have to kind of play it, you know, day by day. See what we feel about this New Orleans Saints offense and this team when it's now without Sean Payton. But not great, you know, not a great thing to wake up to if you're a Saints fan, in my opinion. Watched the video yesterday and literally laughed your booty off on your president impressions.
We'd like to thank you for, for supporting the presidents, because we're going to have a good time with the mascots walking around. Commander-in-Chief,
Thank you, pal. Appreciate it, Nigel. Aaron Rodgers, a little bit of Aaron Rodgers news, then I'll get back to voice messages, I promise. Thank you, Bender, for the rocket ships. I'm surprised we didn't get more rocket ships, to be honest. You know, normally when we ask for emojis, we get it here on the show. Okay, a little bit more votes. I'm a little disappointed in the vote action. I'll be quite honest. You know, I thought this was going to be 100 of votes immediately. But we're looking at Denver, 64, Pittsburgh, 32, Pittsburgh 32, Miami 3.6, retires 0. There's not one retirement vote. If somebody said they voted retirement, and no, we're not mocking today, Nigel, sorry. Somebody said they voted retirement, but I don't see that vote registering, so maybe you weren't logged in to Twitter. Okay. So keep voting. Aaron Rodgers reported that he said he expects to make his decision on his future well before free agency, which is nice to know. That helps fantasy worlds out quite a bit, because we have a lot of things to consider, you know, and you want this to happen, you know, so far in advance that teams can prepare, trade, draft, like all that stuff needs to be on the table. I love it. So I'm glad we're going to find out soon. This other piece of news here, according to NFL reporter Jordan Schultz, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams would love to team up with the Broncos. How many people have told us over and over he's not leaving Green Bay, Smitty? He's done nothing but talk about it. I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. And I know the Packers came out and said, we're not rebuilding. Yes, you are. Because you will not have Aaron Rodgers on your roster. And you can tag D. Adams if you want, which I think a smart team would do, but a smart team would have cultivated, taken care of, and really just nurtured Aaron Rodgers, okay? They didn't. And I know a lot of people are going to throw shade on Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't win. He's garbage. Like, the guy's chokes. He's a choke master. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Number one, this is a fantasy football show. Aaron Rodgers produces. Like, so you can take that part, that compartmentalize it and say, we don't care. In general, we don't care. I talk about NFL stuff. I talk about stuff from a football perspective, an NFL perspective. And if we go down that road with Aaron Rodgers, we could say he should have more championships. He should have this. But I can guarantee you one thing. Look into my eyes. I can guarantee you one thing. Aaron Rodgers, whether you believe him or not, whether you agree with him or not, feels that Green Bay is responsible for the positions he's oftentimes been put in, to not close and be clutch-like, and to lose playoff games, and to not have what he feels to be. What he feels, not what you feel. I understand what you're going to argue next, Bob, that he had the greatest team. The weather conditions, home field, he should have did it. I get it. I agree with you from that perspective, Bob. Before you chime in, Bob. But what I'm saying is, from Aaron Rodgers' perspective, this man's saying to himself, you know he is, and a lot of people that hate him probably would agree more with this than anybody. He's thinking in his head, this team has set me up for failure time again. Over and over, I haven't been involved enough to get this team to where it needs to be. Defense, he made comments about special teams. Again, you can say you don't like the comments. I'm not here to debate the right and wrong of Aaron Rodgers, the thoughts going through his head. I'm here to tell you, answer the question honestly. Do you think for a second that A-Rod... Come on, media. Come on, media. No, bro. No, bro. Rodgers doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Media. Like, I understand being negative toward A-Rod, but give me a break, media. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. Media, do you put headphones on and just watch only the Niner games? Come on. This isn't where I parked my car. Oh, media. C-Mac, appreciate you being here, pal. Sony says, come on, Smitty, clickbait, no telling where he ends up. What do you mean clickbait? The news today, Sonny, I call you Sonny, I don't know why. The news today, Sonny, is all about Denver. So that's the question at hand. Clickbait, no clickbait, bro. This is what everyone's talking about today, and we're here to say, hey, we've been talking about it for a lot longer than what's being said right now. Media says he doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Media, come on, bro. Come on, media. Take a lap. Fake news, boy. Look, you got people super chatting that you're wrong. That's how much they want to tell you they're wrong. They're super chatting. Come on, bro. You can be mad at A-Rod or want to crap on him. I get it, but this is Aaron Rodgers, bro. This is Aaron Rodgers. I know he is a choke artist to a lot of people, especially people that root against the Packers for a living. That's you, media. So I get it. I understand it. But don't say he's not a Hall of Famer, bro. This guy's... You can't get more Hall of Fame than this guy. He's literally got his ticket already punched. You can't make that. You cannot make that statement. This episode brought to you by WD-40. If you missed yesterday's episode, we need to get some WD-40 for the Bruce. But I need to get to the voicemails. We're running out of time. This hour goes so quick. We got 25 minutes here. Anyways, Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams would love to team up together as Broncos, but so this is great. You know, I love all this Denver talk. I love all this Pittsburgh talk. He's not staying. Everybody needs to get a grip on that. Now, Adams could stay because Adams could get tagged. Green Bay's got a mess of a cap situation. They say they're not in rebuild mode, but they are. Like, they could hold Adams, tag him, and then they could use, Love, and if they expect Love's not it, let me just tell you. If they expect Love to be something special, what they could be saying is we're going after one more. They're not going to hold Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will retire. Adams Adams could sit out. I can see that happening. Adams could hold out. You say, look, you either let me walk or I'm not playing. And whether that's a good or bad decision, obviously bad for him. It's never great to sit out for a player. It never ends well. He could do it. He's capable of doing it. We've seen players do it before. Aaron Rodgers is as good as gone. He will sit. The Packers, they gain nothing by Aaron Rodgers retiring. They can get something in a trade right now. If they trade Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers says, I will retire, they get nothing. They're going to trade him. And keeping him is not necessarily a financial option they want to go down. He's like 25% of the cap. They got so many money problems. Rodgers is gone. Denver, Pittsburgh, Washington, Miami. Let's check on our poll. Poll is pinned in the chat. Denver, we have 61. Oh, Pittsburgh's making a comeback. Pittsburgh, 35.5% of the vote that he plays in Pittsburgh. Denver, 61.3. He retires, 0%. Miami, 3.2. I didn't throw in Washington. I didn't throw in any other of the options. New Orleans, and there's a few places. Indianapolis, I know people are going to get upset. Where's Indianapolis on this? He could potentially play in Indianapolis. So, Nigel, Bruce's mom thought she was saying fake news, boy. Anyone else? Just me. The Bruce's mom thought she was saying... I don't understand that, Nigel. I'm sorry, I don't get the joke. What's up, Terry? Glad you're here, pal. A-Rod goes to the Colts. That is definitely a potential option. Now, he has ties to, obviously, Pat McAfee and the vibe there in Indy. Definitely an option. Definitely an option. I didn't put it on the poll because it ran out of spots. Twitter only allows you to put so many spots, and I wanted to narrow it down. Once I get Prime, no, there's no option for Green Bay on my poll because he's not going there. I guess I could ask it, but I ran out of spots because I think he's 0% chance going back to Green Bay. I didn't want to waste the poll vote. I wanted to get it, hopping, get it hopping. So I could do it. The winner of this with Pittsburgh, maybe I put Pittsburgh, since no one thinks he's retiring, obviously. I'll put Pittsburgh. Let's just redo it now. Let's redo it now. Okay. Second version of vote. A-Rod will be _ in 2022. Okay, so we're going to make the options Denver, Pittsburgh, Indy, and Miami. And I'm going to now copy the link and post it for you all to vote on. I'm going to replace said link. Okay, vote. Replacing pinned link. It is pinned. It is currently pinned. Let's see what you all think. Hit the vote hard now. Hit it now. Denver, Pittsburgh, Indy, Miami. I probably think Indy's a little bit higher than Miami, but I think Pittsburgh and Denver are far and away the top options as of right now. You don't think having Mahomes and Herbert in the AFC West deters A-Rod from joining those young guns? It could, but I don't know that I would feel that way. Like think about it for a second, bro. If I'm a competitor at the level of Aaron Rodgers or anyone in the top 10 quarterbacks, I'm not scared of. I want competition. I don't want to play in a weak division. I'm not about, hey, where's the weakest place that I can just go dominate and then have weak competition all year, then get smoked. And I want to play the best, man. I want to play the best player I want to play the best corner if I'm a wide receiver. I want to play the best defense if I'm a quarterback. That's my mentality. And maybe other quarterbacks or players or people don't have that mentality, but me, I'm the guy in Madden that lets my opponent score and I don't tell them, and I want them up, and I want the ball with 1 minute and 45 seconds left, and I want to have to come back and win. That's me. That's me, bro. Okay, let's get to the news and then the voicemails, because this is the voicemail show. So Dallas, there's news out of Dallas here. Dalton Schultz could be a tag. That's interesting. He deserves it. I mean, it'd be a high price tag, but he's worth it to that offense, I think, and they could definitely use him. Speaking Wednesday, Giants owner told reporters we're not trading for Deshaun Watson. I think a lot of teams are going to come out and feel that way. All it takes is one team, and all it takes is one team that's done their due diligence to know that the NFL won't stomp on it. I think a team will be willing to give up multiple, and it will take multiple first rounders to get Watson if they're assured through back channels and through the commissioner, under the table, hey, if we acquire Deshaun Watson, will we be able to use him, or will there be some loophole or some issue that pops up? Now, as it stands now in general, you have to be a part of a criminal investigation to be put on the exempt list. Civil does not qualify, but there could be all kinds of legal loopholes and things that could emerge that everybody thinks they know about until things get this deep into a topic. So there could be something to where the commissioner's been don't make the trade. I'm just telling you right now. We don't know. That's total speculation on my part. what I'm saying is, if a team gets the assurances that the commissioner won't stomp on anything unless there's a criminal investigation, he can't do anything, he won't do anything, there's nothing to do, he can play. If that's the case, then I think it will take one team, and one team probably will bite. Miami or New Orleans or, who knows? Like Denver could be interested. It's tough to say because a lot of people are worried about this situation getting bigger and bigger. It's not going away. There's 20 individual cases. It's not one case. It's 20 individual people that, yes, it's in a civil situation. Therefore, it's money that people are after in a civil setting. But still, 20 different people have to settle for this thing to go away. And that doesn't exclude any future occurrences popping up, because they could. And there was speculation that this couldn't be corralled into a class action because they couldn't find everybody that potentially would have been involved. And that's what you kind of need to do in those class action situations. So Denver, who knows where Watson could go. But there's definitely going to be a lot of hype kicking in. And if he does land somewhere and his legal stuff can be put aside, because I don't think it's going to settle. I don't think 20 individual cases will settle in time for the NFL season. I think that if he could put it aside and still play, he could come out and play 2020, 2022, and then deal with it in the offseason or maybe during the year. But it's a risk. And teams don't necessarily want to give up 2 and 3 first rounders for a player that may be taken off the board for him. That's a lot of draft picks and future value and capital to lose. Speaking Wednesday, Rob Gronkowski said he would retire if forced to decide now. So he's waiting for his boy Tom Brady to make his decision. There is a quote of him saying that he would potentially play even if Tom retired. But then this came out today, a little after that. And so the thinking is Gronk's being Gronk. He's just saying stuff. I believe that Tom Brady's strongly considering retirement more than we thought or talked about on the last show that we talked about this. I don't think he will, but I think he definitely is showing signs that he's mulling it over more than any of us anticipated. I mean, the way he talked about it in all of our defense of anybody that didn't see him wavering as much, we didn't see that coming. He was talked to I think days or hours before the game. I mean, some of the footage aired hours before the game, but when he was interviewed that day or the week of that playoff loss, he was talked to and he was like, he's playing at a high level. He's not, he can't imagine himself stepping away when he's got this amount of talent left and leading the league in all kinds of categories. He's clearly still there. And then so coming off of that statement and those statements, it was clear as day that he was not going to retire to all of us. And then this comes after the loss. Now, losses do that to you, Sometimes you go out and you have a devastating loss, you get a little down, or something like that happens in anyone's workplace. If something big happened and it doesn't work out, you get down for a while. He might pick himself back up and not quite feel this way. So, pump the brakes on that he's gone. But let's entertain the idea that maybe Brady does step away. If he steps away, be interesting what quarterback fills that hole, because that all of a sudden becomes maybe one of the best job openings, and no one's talking about that. Like Russell Wilson to Tampa, or Aaron Rodgers traded over to Tampa, or imagine Aaron Rodgers to Gronk. There's a lot of things that could happen. Tyler Huntley, a lot of things could happen. Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray. Not saying I want to necessarily trade Kyler Murray away. I'm just hinting. I would take, if Deshaun Watson could play, like I said in the offseason. We talked about this in the offseason. We said we would trade straight up. A lot of Cardinal fans together. This was all over the place across the valley in Phoenix. There was rumors about trading Kyler Murray and a first rounder to Houston for Deshaun Watson. And Phoenix fans were excited all over the place. It was crazy. The rumors, they were kind of fan generated. We came to find out it was the fan base kind of mustering this up, and then the local radio stations kind of hammering it home. And so sometimes that can generate interest, though. Like owners and teams, they start hearing about how much fans want something. It can trigger something. But it did turn out that it was mostly fan generated. But it was huge in the Valley. Like, it was all over the place. People saying left and right, we want Deshaun Watson, trade Kyler Murray for him. Watson's ready. He plays with Hopkins. He knows how to play with Hopkins already. This is one of the best duos in the league in terms of that rolling outside the pocket type of attack that the Cardinals do with Kyler Murray. Fit perfectly, and we would probably be much better off. I like Kyler. I think Kyler could still be very, very, very good, but he could also hamper us. If he doesn't have the right support and the right system, and has Hopkins there to be a safety net outside the pocket when he rolls outside the pocket, because he does not throw well in the pocket. He's short. He's not comfortable in there. He loves to get outside the pocket. He needs a wide receiver that knows that game, and there's no one in the NFL that knows it better than Hopkins. So if Hopkins is back and healthy and he plays a good year, has a good full season, then Kyler can be productive. He can be productive. Sonny says, I like them. I just don't see a trade partner other than a good young QB. Okay, so that's that. We don't know what's going on with A-Rod. We don't know what's going on with Gronk. It's all speculation at this point. We're going to hit the voicemails right now and march on. We got Kenny. We got Bruce out of the way. Here's Tanner.
Hey, Smitty.
Hey, Tanner. What's up, Tanner?
Hey, just wondering about tight ends for next year. Where do you have Dawson Knox listed or ranked, and what round do you see him going in? Thanks.
Good question. Round-wise, I don't really know, pal. We've mock drafted, and we only go about 5 rounds deep early on because the pre-rank list, like I've said, is so jacked up. Like Cordarrelle Patterson, as an example, so far down you have to go hunting to find him. Like, once you get to round 5, the ADP rank list that guides everybody in a mock draft is so far off by round 5, 6 that it doesn't make sense to do the mocks, because you're just throwing bad data on top of bad data. And then I believe the tool is still averaging the mock draft. So it's like you can't really get a good feel. I would say that Knox wasn't going anywhere in the top 5 ever. He didn't feel like he belonged in the top 5 rounds. So clearly we're like 7, probably 7, 8 round range, maybe 6 to 8 round range. Some people might take him that high. I don't think I'd take him in the 6th round. There's still a lot of good talent in the 6th round. You're talking about like St. Brown still being there right around the 5, 6 round range. So I would say like 7 to 8 round range for now. He could climb. I think he's top 5. I think Dawson Knox is a top 5. We got one other piece of news here hiding. Antonio Brown. Dawson Knox, top 5. I love him. And he's only going to get better. He's got to stay healthy. So that's one thing. He's got to stay healthy. But I absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. And as this news right here, appearing on HBO's Real Sports, wide receiver Antonio Brown claims the Buccaneers offered him $200,000 to seek mental health treatment. Good on Tampa. Good on Tampa, and this bodes very well for them to say, hey, we try to take care of this guy. And everybody going to bat for him just because Arians did a little slapping around, which is not good. I don't condone it. And I think it opened the door potentially to Antonio Brown maybe getting another look in the NFL, because a lot of people said, he's telling the truth. Oh, my God, because Arians did that, because Arians is slapping people. Now he's going to get another shot. He might. I wouldn't put it past a team to be like, hey, let's give this guy a shot. But guess what? 4 teams in a row have ended this relationship very, very harshly, like abruptly. Like, get out of here, or he's out. He runs out. Like, he has definitely made it so complicated to weasel his way out of 4 straight teams coming out of Pittsburgh. 4 straight. So any team dumb enough to bring him in is going to make their own bed, because this guy is a disaster. And he wants to go to Baltimore right now. Baltimore, go play with Lamar Jackson, who makes wide receivers vanish. He's not going to get. He's not going to get the consistency that he wants in Baltimore. He's going to be unhappy and upset. Why am I not getting the ball? Because Lamar Jackson's a mediocre passer, very good running quarterback. Sum total of his running and passing makes him a great fantasy quarterback when he's on. And he's not on the whole season. That's why I'm not going near Lamar in 2022, because he's absent for half of a year. But this guy doesn't make consistent wide receivers, just no. All right, where were we at? Dawson Knox, appreciate that. Tanner. What's this? Oh, that was Tanner's, right? Big Tanner.
Hey, Smitty, it's Tanner. I got another question for you. With the trade rumors of Russell Wilson or him looking at, what options are out there, if he were to get traded, what does that do to DK's value? Thanks, brother.
Great question. I mean, we do not like DK Metcalf without a quarterback. Specifically, DK Metcalf is a very unique wide receiver. He's not A.J. Brown. He's not Tyreek Hill. He's not any of these wide receivers that can make their own way. Like Tyreek Hill would find a way to do well. Davante Adams would find a way to do well. I'm not saying if you take Aaron Rodgers and give Adams love that he'd be the same Adams. He wouldn't. He would fall off a cliff, but he'd still be like, low end wide receiver 1, or wide receiver 6 to 10. He's that good. Tyreek Hill, you take Mahomes away from him. He's not 1, 2, or 3, but he's still going to be like 7 or 6 or 5. Like he could still linger in there. He could fall to 10 too. My point is that these guys survive, okay, because they make their own space. They're easy to connect with. DK Metcalf, as good as he is at what he does and as good as he can be in the right spot, like fantasy-wise, he can be as good as Tyreek Hill if he's getting the ball right and staying healthy. So from a fantasy football perspective, it almost doesn't matter if situation's perfect for DK. He will be as good. He could be as good. I'm not saying he was last year. He vanished, but he kind of popped back into relevancy at the end of the year. Now we're thinking, okay, what DK are we going to get in 2022? I'm not fooled out of thinking that there's up and down potential here for DK, or that he could disappoint. He could certainly disappoint. Absolutely. But my point is that the DK Metcalf, if given the ball a certain way, if he can get those raindrop tosses, and no one throws them better than Russell Wilson, those raindrops, bro. If he can get those passes, DK Metcalf can do damage. But you take away that kind of quarterback, and DK Metcalf doesn't survive the same way, I would worry a lot. Like if they got Tyler Huntley, I'm okay with it. I'd rather him have Wilson. I think anybody would. But if Wilson's out of Seattle and they bring in like a Huntley, they bring in obviously an A-Rod, they bring in obviously a quarterback of that caliber, then DK will be okay. But if DK's playing with some Drew Lock like quarterback, bro, we cannot expect DK Metcalf to be even close to a wide receiver 1. He would be a risky wide receiver 2. Look at McLaurin. And McLaurin is kind of one of those wide receivers that can do anything, like Hill, make his own way. And in some scenarios, even those wide receivers can struggle, even when they can make their own way. It's not a guarantee, but like he's finding it hard to get consistency. Revolving quarterback carousel going on in Washington. Like, you think DK is going to survive with bad quarterback play when McLaurin, a top 6 to 10 NFL and fantasy football wide receiver, at me all you want. Wait until McLaurin gets a top 5 quarterback someday. Maybe it's Aaron Rodgers. Maybe it's Russell Wilson. Maybe it's Tyler Huntley. I'm not saying he's top 5, but Huntley's like a top 12 quarterback. Potential. Not guarantee. He could bust. Huntley's got a lot of risk, but he's got a lot of upside too. Huntley, Wilson, A-Rod, Watson. One of these quarterbacks lands in Washington. Watch out, Terry McLaurin, and you've been warned to get him while his value's low. I love McLaurin. I love him. But if he's struggling without a quarterback, what do you think's going to happen to DK Metcalf? We do have to worry about this. It's an absolutely great question.
What are your thoughts and projections on J.K. Dobbins for next year moving forward?
J.K. Dobbins, very, very good question. You guys are throwing some good ones my way. J.K. Dobbins, not looking good. These ACL tears are not easy to come back from within one calendar year. Look at Barkley. Now, Barkley's case was even worse because this is one of the most athletic and strong players in the league. Best leg strength For a player to tear an ACL, Barkley had the best opportunity to do an AP because of that thigh muscle, the knee being wrapped with muscle, the tightness of his knee joint. Like when you tear your ACL, the problem is the looseness of the knee joint. You got to put the ACL, you got to create a new ACL. You cut a hole out of the patellar tendon, you drill 2 holes, you put in that cut hole out of the patellar tendon. Where's my model? Here's the knee. They'll either use a cadaver, which they don't typically do anymore, but they'll cut a window out of your patellar tendon because if you cut it in the middle, it can help, regenerate and kind of like grow back. So they take a piece out. Then in the back of the knee, you have the PCL and the ACL. That's one of those snapped. The ACL snapped. So you're going to drill a hole here, and basically screw in the new ACL, which is a patellar tendon cutout that will die, then turn into a ligament in theory, and then you have to play on that, and it has to hold. The problem is a lot of people still have looseness in their knee. This guy, Barkley, should have had the tightest knee joint known to man because of the thigh muscle so correlated to the knee joint strength. And he had a problem coming back. It's just not easy. Everyone thinks that they're injuries you can overcome within 1 calendar year. You can't. It's very uncommon, and I kind of feel like we'll never probably see anybody tear it like AP did and come back the way AP did. It was just a very unusual thing. Now, can you come back and do well as a wide receiver? Sure. Can you tear your ACL as a quarterback, come back and have a really good year? Absolutely. Look at Joe Burrow. Doesn't matter. Running backs are different. People need to understand running backs are completely different. JK also, I think, had some more damage than the ACL, I believe, but I'm not 100% positive on that. But it's a good question. My answer would be this. I don't know what you guys are saying in the chat because I'm trying to roll through all this news before we got a minute left. I would say J.K. Dobbins is in a void for me. Like, if you can grab him as a bench running back, sure. But if people are taking him at running back 3, high-end flex value, you're talking like 6th round, 7th round, too high for me. I just don't know that his job's even fully there for him. Like, what do? They draft a running back. This is the Baltimore Ravens. They kind of throw you for a loop, bro. So for me, it's an avoid. It's an ACL recovery. It's an avoid. Go after ETN. ETN's better, same cost, but go after ETN.
Hey, Smitty, it's Lang again. Hope the show's going great.
That's great.
My girlfriend's going to play fantasy with me next year. What would be the number 1 tip you could get everyone for someone new? She's going to be playing with me. And for 2, do you think Austin Eckler should go in the 1st round, or is he going to be overdrafted because of this year? Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Lang. Absolutely 100% Austin Eckler is going in the 1st round. The question is, does he go at 3 or 4 or 5? Does he go in the top 5? Some leagues will have Austin Eckler going at 5, 4, 3. I've seen him go 2. But then you also see him, go at 8 or something. But 1st round, yeah, he's a lock in the 1st round. I mean, the way this man finished, lock. Absolute lock. Go look at my top 6 running back or top 5 running back video handful of videos ago. My advice is to make sure, this whole early quarterback, what we've coined middle quarterback drafting, it's oftentimes laughed at by a lot of people that think that you can't win 100 different ways. My advice for you is to have her draft one of Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, or Herbert, and to really get some security to carry her team each week. Preferably Mahomes or Josh Allen in the 3rd round. That would be a really good move. Now, if you're playing in like a work league where there's a lot of newbies, it sounds like she's new, which makes me think there's a lot of other new people that might be in it too. Quarterbacks will go high. So you're probably not going to even see these guys fall. You won't see Mahomes or Josh Allen even fall to like pick 15. People just take quarterbacks that, it sucks playing in leagues where there's a lot of newbies because they don't know, and then they pick players all over the place. But Burrow might fall depending on how he does in this next game. If he blows up, heads to the Super Bowl, blows up in the Super Bowl, even if he loses, he'll be on the map for even a lot of newbies, because newbies into fantasy, they watch their Super Bowl, so they're going to know about Joe Burrow if he makes it. So Kind of depends. Herbert will probably slide under the radar. You could definitely get Herbert. Don't draft Herbert or Burrow in round 3, though. We're talking about Josh Allen and Mahomes in round 3. We're talking about Herbert and Burrow in like round 5, 6 if you can. Herbert should be round 5 or 6. Like, you shouldn't have a problem getting Herbert. He disappointed in terms of, making it. And I think people have this like low expectation of him right now, or a modified expectation coming off of a disappointing finish and close to the season where, this team doesn't crack the playoffs and they're supposed to be this potential division winner and they're looking good. They're coming back. It was a tough division to be in. It's no joke playing with KC. Like, there's a lot of reason to be unaware of why he struggled or that he did really good from a fantasy perspective. So my advice would be attack one of those quarterbacks, get Herbert late.
Hey, Smitty, how late do you think we could take St. Brown, and do you think he could have a Debo-like type of year in 2022?
Absolutely. I think the latest you're going to get him is 6th round, and I think he climbs into 5, unfortunately.
Hey, Smitty, I was talking about the 2021 class, like Lawrence, Fields, Mills,
I'm sorry.
Lance, all those guys.
I'm sorry, Kenny. Trey Lance, to me, like, if we're talking quarterbacks, bro, I would say, like, if you ask me now, Shanahan might have something to say about this, okay? So this is my wish list, okay? So when you're talking about the quarterbacks being Josh Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, these are my quarterbacks. Herbert, these are my top 4 quarterbacks. When you're talking about these guys right here, okay, no one's supplanting these guys from this spot. Nobody. These are the 4. These are the big 4. You can mix them up a little bit. You might have Herbert here. You might have Burrow here. I get that. You might have Mahomes here and Josh Allen here. That's okay. But when you get to this spot, we're talking about Kyler's. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, depending on where he is. Watson, if he comes back. Jalen Hurts maybe flirts with this area. The only rookie quarterback from this past year that can even touch this 5th spot, like literally could touch it. I'm not saying they'll be there. I'm certainly not telling you to draft them at this spot. But Lance, if he's starting in San Francisco in 2022, he'll be in this 5 to 8 range. Okay, so you might have it look like this. This is more about how you'd rank it. So Kyler, 6, you'd have potentially A-Rod, you'd have Watson, you'd have Hurts, you'd have maybe 1 or 2 other quarterbacks. Then Trey Lance that's about where people will start drafting Trey Lance. Lamar. Okay, people will start drafting Trey Lance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If listen to the words coming out of my mouth. I know there's some Bob typing right now. You can't take Trey Lance. You're out of your mind taking him at 5. Where did I say I'd take him at 5? Pay attention. This is why you went to college. Pay attention. Kyler is the bona fide. Kyler, Watson, Hurts, A-Rod, Lamar. These are the bona fide 5 to 6, 7, 8, 9-ish picks. These are the bona fide locked in guys. No one's taking Trey. Even if Trey Lance is annoyed at the starter, he's going like 7 to 10. No one's taking him 5, 6. Probably going more like 8 to 11, 8 to 12 on average. But what I'm trying to tell you is that of all the rookie quarterbacks, there's only one, Trey Lance, that could be this good. He could score top 5 to 6 to 7 overall. Just make sure you don't trade him. Now, I'm not, again, for everybody saying, what about Jimmy? I said from the beginning, Shanahan might put a damper on this whole thing. That I can't control. I'm telling you, if he starts, even if he's starting, you will have nobody taking him here because there are too many other options. A-Rod, Watson, Hurts, Lamar, Kyler. In any order you want. Don't get hung up on Hurts being here or Lamar being here. You like Lamar 5? Put him 5. Do you? But what I'm saying is that Trey Lance has the potential to be that good. He can be this good. No other rookie quarterback comes close. Like Lawrence, I said it before, Lawrence is having a reset year, unfortunately. We knew that was going to happen. Wilson, the team's not ready. Fields, the team's not ready. It might be in a couple years. Like, maybe we'll see. It's so far away on these guys, I'm not evaluating it as top 6, 7 now quarterback potential. Trey Lance walks into the best offense, one of the best, if not the best offense in the league once he's in it. Once Trey Lance is in that Niner offense, I don't care how Jimmy does. And Shanahan might care how Jimmy does. Shanahan might start Jimmy G in 2022, week 1, if they do go to the Super Bowl or even win this, especially if they win the Super Bowl. This is possible. This is definitely possible. Let me make sure I'm not, I'm going live on Instagram. I got a special guest coming on the show, the Quad Box Show, so make sure you join Instagram. We'll be going live just in a little bit, so get ready. So we're about to go live on Instagram in a little bit, so get ready. We got a special guest coming on, former NFL player. It's going to be fire. Make sure you join. That's going to do it for today. Appreciate all you. Thank you for all the voice messages. If I didn't get to any voice messages today, I will get to them tomorrow, okay? So don't worry. Keep piling them up. And if you want to be in the exclusive Instagram chat group, there's going to be a group of 30 by the time I fill it all up, where you guys get quick access to ask me questions. So let's go. Appreciate everybody being here. Mealy, the YouTube shows on Thursday. We're going on Instagram on the Quad Box Instagram show. So also subscribe to the new channel. I have the clip channel. It's at the bottom of my main channel. But also on top of that, the boys and I, the Quad Box boys on Instagram, we have a new channel. I got 3 channels going right now. But, you know, this one's going to stay strong. Nothing's happening to this one. But this is a new channel. It's a new podcast. It's called the Quad Box. It's a replication of the Instagram content, essentially, like, but a live show. Like, we're copying our fire that we do on IG. People wanted it on YouTube. So we're going live on YouTube on Thursday to kick off the show. And here it is. The Quad Box. Go subscribe to that. Appreciate all of you. Take it easy. Go to Instagram right now. We're